The kind of questions that were raised after Balakot, after the surgical strikes as well. But speaking of this allegation that comes in from the Congress and many others within the opposition, I want to get in a former diplomat as well on this. Ashok Sajjanhar, as far as what the External Affairs Minister said, what the Indian Armed Forces have also said, that during that DGMO call, when there was a hotline that was used right after the commencement of Operation Sindoor, they were told that we are going to be striking your military installations, we are going to be striking, I beg your pardon, at your terrorist infrastructure, and the military can stand down, but the military stood with them. Is this not protocol to follow between the two countries? Is this not part of diplomatic protocol where you have to inform that you have been taking action in somebody else's territory over something that they started?
Yeah, thank you very much for having me on the show. You see, basically, the message that we wanted to convey to Pakistan is that we were going after the terrorist strongholds, terrorist hideouts, and our approach was non-escalatory. We were going to be focused, we were going to be very precise. On the 7th morning after the, our strikes had been carried out, on those 9 strongholds, and we were very, very clear because, in the past, whether it was against Uri, after the Uri attacks, or after the Pulwama when we struck in Balakot, they were only in limited areas. Right now, we went and struck through the heartland of Pakistan in Punjab, whether it was Bahawalpur, whether it was Muridke, and all the terrorist hideouts, they were completely devastated, they were demolished. Our objectives at that time had been achieved on the 7th morning. And on the 7th morning, the army told the Pakistan DGMO that our objectives have been achieved. If you don't escalate, we are not going to escalate. And as the External Affairs Minister said, Pakistan refused to take that sage advice from us. They escalated on the 7th, on the 8th, on the 9th. On the 9th night, 10th morning, we hit out at their 11 airfields, and we gave so much of damage to the airfields and runways that Pakistan came on its knees to India requesting for a ceasefire. And when we were considering in terms of our response to the ceasefire, we devastated 2 more of their airfields. So in all, 13 airfields were devastated. And as I said, on the 7th morning, our objectives had been achieved. So we agreed to the ceasefire. Mr. Trump had no role to play whatsoever. These were just conversations. The last point I would say is that Mr. Trump is used to taking credit. He wants credit for things he has not done. And he's not been successful on the Russia-Ukraine conflict. He has not been successful on the Israel-Hamas conflict. So he thought he'll be able to take credit here. But in several of the commentaries from India, whether it's External Affairs Minister, whether it's DGMO, whether it is the official spokesperson of the Ministry of External Affairs, it's been categorically stated that it was bilaterally when DGMO came to India, then we accepted that. And no other country, least of all the United States, had any role to play in bringing about the ceasefire.